Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another episode of Nusantara. So let's get this thing started. Yuta looked worse for wear. I suppose Mitra had told him all about the details about the ambush since he was Mitra's right hand. I could only guess what was happening in his head now that he just knew the bitter truth. There was something different about Mitra today. He had a sharp and chilling look in his eyes that I had never seen until now. My fellow avians, today I called you on the behalf of Digdaya to offer you my apologies and my condolences. I have sworn an oath to protect Loma, and yet I have failed, resulting in the loss of 2 of our towers and our brothers and sisters. But do not be mistaken, we haven't lost the war. Today, we may have retreated, but we also have learned something important. Today, we learned about the key to end this war. Our enemy is not the Komodo tribe, but a Komodo called Purba. Shocked, the villagers around us became noisy with disbelief at the new information. Yuta signaled to them to calm down, but one avian didn't let it stop him. How can that be? Our enemy is the entire Komodo tribe, right? Why blame one measly Komodo? I know this can be confusing, but let us review what has happened from the beginning. As you may have heard, Chief Sukuma was having a secret negotiation with Chief Silva this morning, but our sister Tamara was following her out of curiosity. According to Chief Sukuma, the negotiation was going well, but then Chief Silva began to act strangely. That was also when she got attacked by Purba and witnessed something unbelievable. The ambush followed it soon after she escaped with Tamara. Purba was desperate enough to silence both of them, even to commence an ambush. Commence an ambush in the same day. Do you know what they witnessed? Mitra let the question hang on air for a bit, creating a dramatic effect, which wastes time. The crowd became silent with anticipation. Chief Silva of the Komodo tribe was manipulated by Purba. No way! How long was Chief Silva being manipulated? Probably 15 years. The worst case is that he may have been manipulated to trigger the war. Chief Sukuma has confirmed that Purba implied it. I didn't expect Mitra to drop the bomb so early and Yuta to look so furious. He couldn't seem to stay quiet anymore when the fact was out. The crowd became louder with angry murmurs, complaints, and confused glances. If it wasn't for him, Chief Sukuma would never have succeeded negotiating with Chief Silva to end the war. She was stabbed from behind. Forget about it. If not for him, this useless war would not have happened. This was when I noticed Mitra raise his hands above. At ease. His voice was firm and demanded attention, hinting that the steady authority and leadership he had held for years. It scared me to see how power and charisma shimmered around him and easily captivated the crowd. But what frightened me even more was now how furious Mitra looked right now. This Komodo has manipulated, mocked, laughed, and made us fight each other for almost 15 years, but no more. Dispose of him, and the war will finally come to an end. This was not what I expected. Mitra. With the blame focused on one person, the villagers looked more determined and furious than ever. Hate and anger were thick in the air. It was almost suffocating. I am disappointed with you, Mitra. Even more so with you, Yuta. Chief Sukuma. You shouldn't be up yet. This is nothing. More importantly, do you really want to put the blame on this Purba? Why not? He was the one who manipulated Chief Silva all these years. You confirmed it, remember? He even stabbed you. Yes, I did confirm it, and I regret telling you if this was the outcome. What do you mean, Chief Sukuma? Purba may have used the purple crystal to manipulate Chief Silva, but have you ever thought about what is the root of our problem? Of course, because the Komodo selfishly stole our blessing. No, that's not right. Yes, even though we could have shared it together, they stole it for their own advantage. The villagers nodded in agreement when Granny Sukuma sighed heavily. Just like I thought. And I am greatly ashamed that it took me this long to realize this. It's greed. Our problem here is greed. We greed over the blessing. The goddess created it in the first place to help us with this deadly plague for medicine. And what did we do? We exploited it for other purposes. To make fire, accessory, weapons, to make our life easier. We became lazy and depended on it. As if we couldn't live without it anymore, and when it was gone, we declared war. Open your eyes. It's our greed that made the blessing become a curse. But Chief Sukuma, this war may never have occurred if Purba didn't manipulate Chief Silva and steal our rights in the first place. Tell me, what did Purba use to manipulate Chief Silva? A purple crystal. And what is the parent of all crystals? The blue crystal. The blessing. Do you see what I mean now? One person managed to created a new crystal for evil purposes, and we killed each other as a result. It's only a matter of time before someone else finds other uses for the crystals. Is it not a curse we lay upon ourselves? But Granny, they were the ones who started this fight. Yuta, I am so disappointed in you. Mitra, I am proud of you that you realized your faults. They should pay for how many lives they took. And what about us? You guys took so many lives as well. This war will never end if we fight hatred of hatred. Two wrongs do not make a right. So we shouldn't avenge our dead brothers and sisters? How about the orphan children? You expect us to forget and forgive just like that? This is not fair, and you know it. Tell me, Yuta, what exactly do you think is the right thing to do? I want revenge. I would kill all the Komodos, even if it cost me my life. Oh my gosh, Yuta, calm your tits down! As she silently gasped beside me, and a tear dripped down her cheek. Look what you did, Yuta. I touched her shoulders when she trembled. Can you hear yourself, Yuta? I don't remember raising such a hate-filled child. Do you even remember that your life is not yours anymore? What do you mean? As she couldn't take it anymore, and with a choked sob, she ran away from the crowd into the forest. Ashy! You foolish child. Haven't you realized there is something more important than revenge? May you learn today that hatred will only bring more problems than it is worth. Yuta ran towards Ashy's direction and soon faded from our sights. I know it's hard to forgive those who killed our family and friends, but will the dead be revived if we took revenge? The only things will happen are that more lives spent and more hatred born. Let the dead rest in peace, knowing their beloved ones live a good life. I say we destroy the blue crystal. The once silent crowd immediately thundered with complaints. Some even shouted with undisguised disgust. That's absurd! How could we destroy the gift from the goddess? She will curse us! Silence! Chief! Granny Sukuma faltered for a moment, and the crowd gasped when they saw blood seeping through her clothes. Even so, Granny stood tall once again and glared at the crowd as best as she could. This is not a suggestion. This is an absolute order from me. Please, Chef Sukuma, let me help you back inside to treat your wound. Will you carry my order? Chief Mitra? I understand. Now please. As Mitra guided Granny back inside the house, the crowd began to disperse back to their task with sorrow expressions. The public meeting was more tense than I thought, and I was astounded with how many things turned out in the end. The Avians did not look like they supported the decision, but it was their chief's order. I could see, even though they were displeased, they were loyal enough to carry it. Like it or not. Personally, I agreed with Granny Sukuma's logic and decision, me as well. She and Mitra looked more capable to end this war on their own, and I was not sure if I was needed anymore. Maybe my role is finished? I did save Granny Sukuma. That alters the reality, right? I hope so. Dang, there hasn't been music for like a good 10 minutes. Shortly after Mitra declared the nullified truce, hundreds of avian warriors came from all directions, assembling in Loma. The streets were filled with warriors, preparing their bows, spears, supplies, and more. They even built tents just outside the village's front gate. Villagers old and young were bustling back and forth in the streets, busy helping the warriors however they could. Granny Sukuma was still recovering, but she would sometimes help the healers who came to her for guidance, while Mitra was preoccupied with barking orders and evaluating reports from patrolling teams. I, on the other hand, what did I do? I was being useless. There was nothing I could do besides laundries. Every time I tried to help someone, I ended up either getting in their way or making more problems for them to solve. They even didn't allow me to help grind herbs since I still counted as an apprentice in training. I lacked the knowledge of whatever needed to be done, and everyone was too busy to teach me the way things work in this time of war. Even Ashi. They didn't want to waste any time since the Komodos might ambush us any time now, and it was outrageous if we had another repeat of yesterday. So I decided what I could do. I'll wait until night came and search through the bodies of the fallen Komodos. Maybe then I could find something that would be of some use. And gosh, my phone, why are you ringing? This job was less than decent, but it would be better than sitting around doing nothing. With that in mind, I decided to take a nap in my room while waiting for night to descend. Oh God, the smell. There was still the stench of burning flesh in the air. And the sights, did I even have to describe them? In short, this was the last place I would want to be, but I had to make myself useful. What are you doing poking at dead bodies in the middle of the night? Oh, it's Rexa. Rexa! Oh, you scared me. I was here first. Now, what are you doing? I was checking the dead bodies for anything salvageable. And what are you doing here? You shouldn't be out of bed. Your wounds could open up again. I'm fine. The wounds are pretty shallow. Yes, but you should be resting for a full recovery. Remember what happened last time your foot only half healed? I asked while grabbing his left arm, fully intended to pull him back to the village if I had to. But before I could pull, he blinked and drew away almost instantly. Don't be so nosy. Nope, I don't know. I was just taken a bit off guard. I can take care of myself just fine. Hey, wait, we are not finished talking. Either you shut your mouth or leave this place. Grr, fine. I'll drag you back when you show any signs of fatigue, though. He didn't say anything, so I could just take that as a yes, right? You shouldn't be here in the first place. You wouldn't like it if someone you didn't know poked at your dead body, right? That's true. Sorry, there's just no other job for me to do. I kept getting on everyone's nerves back in the village. You should at least offer a prayer for them. Rexa was moving from one body to another, and I followed him. He occasionally muttered something under his breath, and sometimes, when he saw a body with its eyes open, he would close them and mutter another sentence. Why? Rexa, are you praying for them? Hey, there's no need to be embarrassed. It's very kind of you. I'm not embarrassed. They are my people. It's my duty. No one is forcing you to do it, but you do it anyways. It's nice to see a gentle heart behind that hard and tough mask. I am not gentle. No Komodo is. Like I said, there's no need to be embarrassed. Whatever, woman. He growled under his breath, and I let out a small giggle at his attempt to act indifferent. Are you alright? I'm fine. Anyways, I'm going to accompany you. And I need to look out for my patient after all. Just do what you want to do. You won't listen to me anyway. Dang right. He gave me an exhausted, I don't know, half glare at my cheeky grin. What is this? You know, to keep the suspense and I'm reached my time limit, I'm gonna stop it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe to my channel, and maybe even comment down below.